Oh, hi. I've just had a wonderful 3-day webinar with Colette Barham-Reed. I'm sure you know her Oracle decks. And whilst I just personally speaking, this lady is so inspirational to me. And if you ever fancy learning about the real power of Oracle decks and how to use them full on, this lady's got 19 decks that she's produced. And not just aha moments, I had a massive oh God, that's the blockage gone yesterday. And her spirit animal totem is a dragonfly, and I borrowed it for my backdrop on Zoom, and literally within 10 minutes it was like, I was like, oh my god, oh my giddy aunt. And did it again today, and actually right at the end I was, you're never quite ready for it. I got to speak to her again today. That lady is just so magical and full of beautiful energy. If you ever can catch her, she does free seminars, whatever. If you can ever catch them, go on them, and you walk out there on a rainbow. The lady is magical, and hopefully can unlock miracles in your life too. But whilst I was thinking about that today, so first of all, thank you, Colette. I had a bit of a moment today, and I wanted to look at the difference between the Four of Wands in 2 decks, and the answer to one of the things I was looking for. It's opened up a new path to me anyway. So let's just look at this. This is the Diabolik deck, and that's the four bastones are wands. And I thought, why does that? The Four of Wands is supposed to be about comfort and security and stability. And this lady, maybe she's locked herself into some sort of stability. I mean, where did she come from before there to think that is those are the walls that she needs to be in for the rest of her life? Because you can see, I mean, she's locked herself in, and it's not, it's not very healthy. And he's there to save her and go, actually, your life can be so much bigger than that. Why have you accepted those 4 walls or that container? And although, I mean, I know he's almost willing that thing to smash, isn't he? But his question is, how do I break the glass without hurting her? So how can you break your own glass without hurting you or anybody else in the process? Because she's frustrated, and you can see she feels like she's sold herself short, and she's imprisoned herself in a life that, I mean, she might have been in a smaller bottle before that, and this looked fantastic, but she's lost the capability, or she's lost sight of how to move on. Maybe how does she break free of this contract that is now limiting it's like self-limiting beliefs? So how do we get out of that and into what I've done here? Is I've taken the Four of Wands again from a different deck. That's the Diabolik deck, and this is the Four of Wands in the Sufi deck. And look at the difference. She can't even stretch out in there. There's room for 2 there. Maybe you go somewhere bigger afterwards, but this is a good stepping stone to, that it's all a bit. She's very dark and a very light card there, but look at all the beautiful colours and all the sparkles there, and the lovely light, the sense of freedom in their faces. So what I like to do is just read from the book, and we're going to look at this. Was actually a test run, but it worked out so beautifully. I thought, I've got to share this. So how do we get from there to there? Because that was good when it happened, when that was the intended destination, but things have changed now. So how do we get from there to a bigger Four of Wands? And so this is the Sufi deck. The summary is celebration, joy, completion of work, projects or desires, tangible achievements or union. The Four of Staffs is all about the celebration and festivity associated with joyous unions of love, friendship, and family. It depicts freedom and liberation on all levels. Generally associated with recognition in community, it alludes to stability, peace, and domestic bliss. We witness a form of dancing that is a spiritual expression of love, harmony, and beauty. Surrounded by pillars of light in a luminous pavilion, the women in our image whirl in jubilation and ecstasy, for they know that as they do so, they are in sync with the stars and the galaxies. When this card appears for you, you are being guided to sacred celebration. As joyous occasions present themselves, examine your beliefs surrounding celebration. Sometimes there is a guilt involved in accepting joy, and at other times we do so for the world to see. You are being asked to explore how you accept and express your happiness. So you're being asked to explore how you accept and express your happiness. There is a manner of rejoicing that is harmonious and attracts abundance, and there is another that spiritually depletes. Which do you choose? I mean, basically, that's what I didn't even read this yet. Just as you integrate movement, sound, and breath into your spiritual practice, you can learn to celebrate in a way that is conducive to spiritual uplift. There are forms of sacred dance that align you with the movement of the universe. As the Sufis say, when you rejoice in gratitude, the whole universe rejoices with you. So contemplation. How do I accept and express my happiness? What core beliefs do I have surrounding celebration? An affirmation. I embrace joyousness as a spiritual practice. Nothing we can't do there then. So the first card along the way, because I like the number 7, can't hide it, always do, because it's, you know whose number. To come from there, so I thought we'd have the bookends, and then we'll have a 5-step plan. So step number 1, where that's sort of where you are, but how are you feeling? I've got the 7 of Cups. Well, just what do I do? What do I do? Perhaps too much choice. You spent all that time creating these opportunities for you, and now you can't make your mind up. Sometimes, don't take this the wrong way, sometimes communism was better than consumerism because you only had the one choice, or you didn't have a choice. Those are extremes, but it's that kind of thing. Oh, right. Okay, you're looking for a cola in a store. Do I have the lemon flavoured cola, or the caffeine-free diet lemon cola, or the vanilla diet lemon-free cola? Sometimes too much choice is discombobulating. So that's how you might be feeling. So I'm just going to... It's amazing. I just got the card for Temperance at the bottom of that deck, and I know that the card for Temperance it's one of these two. So let's just, if that's a situation, so if that's the question, what's the answer? What might be an easy way through this to get from one version of the 4 of Wands to another? Oh, there you go. They've chosen themselves. Just take the bottom one. Protection. That's nice. You got the 7 of Cups. You got the 4 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. Isn't that lovely? Protection. Redraw your boundaries. Oh, well, there you go. That's what the whole thing's about. We could stop right there, couldn't we? Even if you have to imagine a protective bubble around yourself. Green heart chakra. So that could be step 1 for you. I'm not saying all these steps are going to help everybody, but hopefully it will help somebody or somewhere. The second card was the 2 of Pentacles. So this is about movement, and we got this is a card with a lemniscate. It looks like a magnet, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do, because that card, sometimes people can just gloss over the meaning. Let's just look at the true. Just to see what the Sufis say about it, rather than what the Western world says about it. Balance, juggling, unexpected events, flexibility and adaptability in change, equilibrium, harmonizing dualities. The Two of Coins is the card of balance and moderation. Sometimes we simply find ourselves juggling too much. How sustainable is that in the long run? The twos in tarot signify dualities, how we bring together that which may seem disparate. Whether we have projects, roles or responsibilities, whether we are struggling with decision-making or time management, this card tells us to balance the amount of importance we place on the physical. For Sufis, long-term success comes from moderation. Isn't that crazy? I just said about the Temperance card. I mean, I've never read this book. This is why I want to incorporate this into it. As Hazrat Inayat Khan said, the fulfillment of every activity is in its balance. When this card appears for you, you are being asked to place all that you are juggling in its rightful place. What do you give the most importance to? It says about prioritizing. The suit of coins represents the element of earth, which is all about the worldly. How do you balance that? Being overcommitted and stretched does not serve anyone. Using the Sufi tool of contemplation called muhasaba, it can be helpful to ask yourself why you take on so much. Oh, we've got smatterings of the Ten of Wands there, haven't we? Oh, well, that's amazing because this is the card for first decan Capricorn, and right before that is third decan Sagittarius. Let's get that card out then. Yank. Oh, where's the deck then? No, is it over there? Oh, so this is a beautiful. Gosh, this is a beautiful progression. I did a video on this last night. About the Sagittarius, the little mini Sagittarius cycle going from the 8th ones. Whilst I'm thinking about it, let's just get it out because it might be helpful. Obviously, this is just a little incidental. So that's the 8 of Wands. I wasn't going to do this, but I can't not do it now. I've thought of it. No. It's always the bottom card, isn't it? Come on. I don't know. That's a 7. 9 of Cups. Where's it gone? Oh, here we go. So the little mini Sagittarius cycle goes from all that freedom, all that loveliness, to, well, this is the wounded warrior normally, but it's, you're starting to land these things from being sort of up and off, and you start committing yourself, and then you overcommit yourself. So what we've got linked from here, I'll just go back over that last point. When this card appears for you, you are being asked to place all that you are juggling in its rightful place. What do you give the most importance to? The suit of coins represents the element of earth, which is all about the worldly. How do you balance that? Being overcommitted and stretched does not serve anyone. Using the Sufi tool of contemplation called muhasaba, it can be helpful to ask yourself why you take on so much. Is there something you feel you need to prove? Is it for others, or does some part of yourself need it? Why? As the drum player in the Two of Pentacles, with the perfectly balanced double drums whirls to the vibration of infinity in Damal, or whirling Sufi dance. You are being you are being told that there is no limit to how much you can accomplish if you learn to balance your time, energy, and resources. Contemplations. How do I balance my worldly obligations? What is difficult for me to balance? Affirmation. I embody perfect equilibrium. So that's a beautiful transition, because that's the natural transition from Sagittarius to Capricorn, right there. So again, it's about shedding, you're over prioritizing the boundaries that once seemed perfectly reasonable, even something that you could grow into in that four of wands there at the top, but it's no longer valid. Do you want to spend the rest of your life just because that was once an aim or a goal? No, you get yourself another goal, this one, and you might need another goal. But then this is the card for Wheel of Fortune. So that's that whirling dervish. It's a beautiful card. And another card with him in it is this Eight of Pentacles. So it involves hard work, or maybe a bit of shadow work, because he's there in the shadows, to bring that to bring Wheel of Fortune into your life. I love this Sufi deck. Right, let's take that off because it's now a distraction. So let's pull a tarot card to see how we could bring that in. What kind of balance in this storyline? I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, I caught it. Oh, excuse me. So, I don't want to. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. That's colour coded in there. Reach for more. But yeah, take the higher ground, but have a bird's eye view, and obviously it's the Pentacles as well. But look, only reach for what you can, only go for what you can reach. Aim for the stars, but keep your feet on the ground. So what's within reach? Focus on, that's your priority, isn't it? At the moment, just go in bite-sized chunks. You already got this nice one here. There might be more up here that you can't reach. Well, and get your clues from nature. Nature's actually telling you that one's nice. So maybe you could look to birds for some messages. They've even got the same frock on, haven't they? So the next one, the King of Swords. Let's read about the King of Swords then. I might as well, yeah, I'm going to read about all the, doesn't take a minute, does it? The Shah of Swords. There he is. Looking very cool. Everything's leave everything to me. Actually, what's nice is that, look at this cloud. It actually comes out of the picture, out of the frame. So there's lovely movement there. But he's cool. Everything's under control. Why is that? Because he's got a plan. He's the man with the plan. He's done his homework. Man with the plan. So, reason, logic, analytical detachment, objectivity, preoccupied by the mind, philosophizing, honesty, search for the truth. The Shah of Swords is the king of air, of thoughts, ideas, philosophy, and all that resides in the headspace. He reigns over intellectual power and authority. In the mind-body-spirit model, he is the mind. For him, life is mind over matter and head over heart, a wise judge and mediator. He leads by being fair-minded, and communication is his forte. The Sufis, however, have traditionally favoured heart knowledge over mind knowledge. Rumi even referred to logicians as having a wooden leg. Aye. Not because rational thought is useless, but because analysis, argumentation, and the need for scientific proof only take you so far in understanding life's secrets and truths. As Hazrat Moyet Khan explains, the Sufi achieves balance. The head without the heart shows dry intellect. The heart without the head represents an unbalanced condition. Well, this is exactly what we're trying to do here, isn't it? We're trying to balance. Balance is the use of both these facilities. How do you reconcile the two in your being? What's nice is that we've gone from the Seven of Cups through action and grounding. So we've gone from cups to swords already. When this card appears for you, you are being pointed to the importance of critical thinking and making decisions based on facts rather than feelings. At the same time, you are encouraged to find a form of mastery that balances logic and emotions. Well, that's this, isn't it? Logic and emotions. Fantastic. Excuse me. When does logic turn into a wooden leg for you, keeping you from moving forward smoothly? When do your feelings cloud your judgment? Well, there you go, look, there you go. You've got feelings clouding your judgment there. And keep you from acting in everyone's best interest. At what point does detachment, valued so much by the mystics, become unhealthy for you? Yeah, when does the Queen of Wands pop? Queen of Wands, maybe the Queen of Wands then, not the Queen of Swords. Maybe he's got a thing going there. Contemplations. Are my decisions based on logic or on emotions? What happens when I turn solely to logic or emotions to understand life? Affirmation. I embrace both the rational and the empathetic within. Let's get a tarot card for that to see. Because you might, what I'm doing with the tarot here is you might have your own route, or you immediately springs to mind your best route to go between these cards. But it's just offering a different, if that's not working for you, then try this. It's just offering an alternative route. Three of Wands. Well then, see, we've gone from Cups to Wands to Pentacles to getting the plan together. And this is being prepared, waiting for your ships to come, or waiting for that wave that you want to go and ride across the beach. It's getting the plan together and doing a bit of market research on it, isn't it? So he hasn't just accepted the plan. I mean, he'll have done this several times to get the best plan. So it's a bit of trial and error going on here, isn't it? But then when it's right, you'll be ready. Now, the next one was... Oh, yes. When court cards come out, I like to do one of the personality cards. We've got Femme Fatale. So you can look at either the light or the shadow. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Or shadow, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And this blew my little mind anyway when it came out, because let's put that up. The next card was the Four of Pentacles. So unhealthy attachment to money or power. So is that healthy or is it unhealthy? I mean, we've got a card for protection here. So do you need to focus on protecting what's yours and put better boundaries up? Or are you hanging on to something that really need to let go of? Are you fighting for the wrong thing? Are you fighting the wrong battle there? Because she does not happy. Not happy, is she? Face it, come on. Not happy woman there. Or is it a ban? Well, no wonder she's not happy. So let's just read that card. You can tell I haven't rehearsed this, can't you? I just came out with Colette Baron Reid thing, just tripping on a rainbow. And I thought, oh, God, I'll do that. I didn't really think it through, but I just like the way it's played. When I do things sort of with serendipity, things work out better than when I try and plan them or rehearse them. So based on this card, Work, power, saving money, greed, hoarding, extreme materialism, desire to control. The Four of Coins shows us the hazards of excessive materialism and control. When we seek happiness through the collection of external things, we cease to live with an open heart. Instead, our hearts clamp up out of fear, I think it's clamp up out of fear, of losing that which we invest with too much value. When we live in this state of fear, suspicion and paranoia, when we live in this state of fear, suspicion and paranoia replace our peace. We begin to believe everyone wants what we have, which often causes self-inflicted isolation. What leads you to desire more than what is needed? How safe and protected do you feel without your material fixes? When this card appears for you, you are being pointed to the words of the great Sufi Hazrat Inayat Khan. What we value, we must attain. But once attained, instead of being crushed under it, we must freely rise above it and take a further step in life. Well, that's exactly what's going on here. I need to read this book, don't I? Those who have made progress in life have made it with this view, and those who come to a standstill in life are the ones who hold fast to that which they have attained, never being inclined to renounce it, and in that way they have met with failure. Remember that lady's face? Therefore, greed, however profitable it may seem, in the end is weakening, and generosity, though at times may seem unprofitable, in reality is strengthening. Are you able to rise above your object of desire after attaining it? Exactly, this is exactly what, you know. Sometimes I'm just too tuned in. There you go. You've attained it, now it's suffocating. Or it's restricting. Contemplations. How do I balance worldly success with my higher authentic self? Where in my life can I make room for generosity? Well, she hasn't got any room there at all. She can't even get she hasn't even got a room for a glass of wine. Affirmation. As I succeed in my life's journey, there is a continuous opening and expansion of my heart. There you have it. Okay. Love, 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 love. Who's this one then? Ooh, 3 cups. What was the one we had about letting joy and... Oh, it's here, isn't it? Letting joy and celebration in your life. Go from the four of Pentacles to the 3 of Cups. And she's got no room for a glass of wine, that one. A lot of times this is the Cheers card, isn't it? I love this. I'm a lover of crazy sinks. So moving on to the last card here. Temperantia. Good old Sag. You're not invisible, you know. So, Temperantia. Oh, Sab with an R on it. Balance. The whole thing is about balance, isn't it? Balance, moderation, patience. Be patient, Sag. Steadiness, lack of extremes, choosing the middle path. Sabr or temperance is in traditional tarot is a card about balance, patience, and a form of acceptance that connects us to our angelic nature. I know. It points to the benefits of creating equilibrium, not just between the inner and outer, the batin and the zahir, but also between emotion and logic. Well, that's exactly what we've got there. Again, with the Sagittarius moving into Capricorn, isn't it? After the Ten of Wands. But also between emotion and logic, the spiritual and the physical, and earth and water. The being we see stands half in water and half on land, balancing the material with the ether. The being we see stands half in water and half on land, balancing the material with the ether consciousness connected to the higher realms and bringing the two into perfect harmony until they merge. Sabr teaches us to blend dualities and bring together that which may seem disparate. We've had that bit before, haven't we? As the Sufis say, God is to be found where opposites meet, on the beach there. When this card appears for you, you are being asked to examine your balance of repose and activity. It is pointing you towards a form of moderation that will bring about love, harmony, and beauty in your life. How do you balance your intellect and your emotions? What circumstances lead you to excess or extremes? Sabr is asking you to be patient with yourself as you contemplate these questions, to shower yourself with the same grace you give to those who you care about. This is also a card of self-care and gentleness, of the grace that comes from resisting extreme choices. And finally, it is about being kind to yourself as you evolve. As Rumi says, patience is the key to joy. Contemplations. Are there areas in my life in which I tend towards excess? What do I need to be more of in balance? No, I got that wrong. What do I need to do to be more in balance? So what do I need to do more to be in balance? Affirmation, I flow patiently and harmoniously toward a perfect balance. If I had a penny every time I said balance, tell you, you're a wealthy woman. So let's get a tarot card for that then. Hoopla. Oh, wait, once. Well, that's not balance, is it? That's about putting a firecracker up your jack, see? But, okay. Well, I could talk about that one, I tell you. There you go. You might, the Eight of Wands is the fastest moving energy in the whole tarot. So it's about resisting that chance. This has to be about resisting that chance to rush ahead, you know. Don't put your pictures up before you finish painting. You know, when you paint your walls and you want to get your pictures back up and off the floor there, don't put your pictures up till the paint's dry, that kind of a thing, you know. But look at that lovely energy. I was so happy this card to come out. It's my favourite card. Well, yeah. No, I like the Queen of Wands in this deck, but this is my birthday card. So there you go. I was it's turned a bit saggy towards it. Be more sad. Did I say be patient, sad? There you go. Isn't that lovely? And to go from Temperance to the Four of Wands via the Eight of Wands. So actually, I mean, this is saying, you know, just bring it down a bit. You could go half speed if you fancy. Where you might be sort of on the ceiling. Sad. It's a ceiling, not a dance floor. Come on, come down. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Please take good care, and I'll see you next time.